We've been
Welcome to
drinking.
Bourbon, Whiskey, and Scotch. I am Stone,
I'm G.
and today we're doing another G segment, discussion with G. Um, what you drinking on, man?
Mm,
The Remus Revenge.
the Remus Revenge. Oh,
Remus
good.
Revenge, and it's crazy. We just had it on the show with Women Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come out next Wednesday with my cousin Toya, and
Right.
so it's a good show, man. She got to talking about how she started singing and her passion for it, and some of her favorite singers. So check it out next Wednesday. But today we're gonna get into these sports. We'll be right back after the intro.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Discussion with G. Sometimes it's going to be sports talk. Sometimes it's just going to be a conversation. But one thing we're going to do, we're going to have a good time. We're going to chat. We're going to open this thing up, and hopefully you guys enjoy the new direction that we're going to go on Thursdays. Today we're going to talk about college football. Everybody's been talking about the college football playoff, but we wanted to kind of put a twist on it. And today we're going to talk about the top 25. Does it still have relevance? Does it really still mean anything? We're going to throw a little thing on the screen for you. I'm going to tell you these top 25. This week coming in at number 1 is Oregon. Number 2 is going to be Ohio State.
OH.
Oh, stop. Texas comes in at number 3. Penn State at 4. That Cinderella Indiana is at 5 right now. Notre Dame jumps up 2 spots at number 6. Alabama jumps up 2 spots to number 7. Georgia, go Dogs, jump up 3 spots. Ole Miss jumps up a spot. Tennessee falls 4 spots to number 10. Miami comes up 1 to number 11. Boise State comes up at 1. They're number 12 now. SMU jumps up 1. They're 13. BYU, big slide. They go down 7 spots to number 14. Texas A&M is number 15. Colorado, Deion's doing his thing. They jump up 2 spots to number 16. Clemson at number 17. Army falls down 2 spots to 18. South Carolina, the SEC is coming. They jump up 4 spots to number 19. Tulane jumps up 5 spots to number 20. We'll round off the 21 through 25 with Iowa State. Then you got UNLV at 23. You got Illinois at 24. And Washington State falls down 6 spots to number 25.
Who did Washington State lose to?
I don't know who they were they lost to. And what's crazy is I had number 22, and I didn't even. Oh, UNLV is 22.
Mm.
So there's a lot going on in the top 25. People are asking a lot of questions how the top 25 fits into our playoffs. It is not the same, people. The rankings for the playoffs are different from the rankings from the top 25.
Right.
One of the things we want to get today on this show is to see what the other bowl games outside of the college football playoffs, do they ever have any relevance anymore? I think we got the Peach Bowl, we got the Orange Bowl, we got the Fiesta, we got the Rose, and the Sugar Bowl. Those are your top 5 bowls. These bowls will always be in the college football playoffs. But what is happening with our other bowls? Do they have any more pizzazz in them, meaning like, oh, we're going to get a good matchup? I think now because everybody's focused on the college football, I mean, does anything else really matter? Because right now, the world is only watching the college football playoff. If it ain't in the playoffs right now, I'm not really sure that anything else is going to matter. I mean, you still have like the Outback Bowl. We looked up today in Alabama. I don't know what they got going on, Roll Tide. They got 3, 4, 5 bowls.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you're going to Alabama for to see. You know, I think the bowl season to me, when I was growing up, it was for people to get out of their comfort zone or where their campus was to go visit another place. But whatever place it was, it had something going on, it had something to offer the teams. And I just think that now I don't really see that's happening. You know, me and Stone, we talked about it earlier. You know, does the top 25 have any value anymore?
I feel like it does, but I might be biased too because I love college football, and so whether it's the Cheez-It Bowl or the Outback Bowl, it's it's a bow. I can say now Ohio State overall, but after Ohio State go off or before Ohio State come on, I can sit and watch anything. I can sit and watch Hawaii play. I love college football, and so you gonna always have those fans that just got a passion for college football. Period. That's going to matter to. As a player, if you was a player to be in the top 25, that's a goal. I mean, you might be 25, but look at how many other colleges that didn't get to make the cut. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
get to, even though you're 25, and some people might look down on that, but you still at a ranking that you had to work hard to get. You know what I'm saying? So I think it still matters, but I can see in a couple of years where after 11 to 12, it is not going to matter. I mean, I can see it's just what it is. What it is. I can see that happen.
I mean, I agree. I mean, when you look at the top 25, the top 25, Tennessee's number 10 and SMU is number 13. But when you go to the college football playoff, these are the two teams that's going to be on the outside looking in. So,
Just for example, when he went through the top 25, I'm drinking Eagle Rare. By the way, y'all. I asked G what he was drinking. I didn't tell you I was drinking. I got a double of Eagle Rare, 10-year. It's good shit. Try it out.
you got
But
double? That's double?
it's a double.
That's what's up.
Um,
A pour.
it's a double pour. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And so neat.
All right.
But just like he named Ohio State, we are number 2 in the AP poll. But if you look at the college playoffs, we are set at we're with the 5th seed, and so that's the difference is when he say it's different.
I think my thing is out of everything that's up under BYU, you got Texas A&M, Colorado, Clemson, Army, and not to mention there's so much still that can happen in 2 weeks. Are we gonna get some good matchups? I think my thing is I just want the rest of the bowls to find matchups that work.
Right.
I think we're past the number 4 of this conference, play the number 3 of this conference. Let's find. So let's just say if whatever the top bowl is, you find the best matchup, regardless where they rank. That's your game.
Right.
So on and so on. You know, I mean, you got teams like even we were looking at the college football playoff. If what do we have? Ohio State plays Boise, and then your next game, no, Ohio State plays somebody else. What we got right here?
We got BYU.
Ohio State play BYU, but the winner of that is going to play Boise. Come on,
Yeah.
come on now. This is like you just giving your dogs a doggone free ride to the doggone championship.
But
let's not do
but
that.
it's any given Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think we would be BYU and Boise. But at the same time, if Ohio State go in looking down on the team, you could slip. You know what I'm saying?
I feel, and that's
And
why
so-
we play the game, right?
Right. But I like it though because if it wasn't this format, Boise and BYU would not be getting no love right now.
Well, you know me. I only think Boise State's in the top 25 because they got a Heisman candidate running back.
Facts.
I mean,
If he wasn't on the team, I don't think they'd be good.
that's it. Because to me, like you said earlier, Indiana should be actually ranked a little bit higher.
I feel that.
You know.
If you take Indiana off the helmet and slap somebody else on it, Indiana would they'd be 1 or 2 right now just because of
I agree.
because of their what they did on the field.
And they ain't really played nobody, but they still in the, like you
But
said,
if you look back a year ago
you're in the top 4
and
conference.
look at Michigan and look at their rank of schedule and how many points they was beating these teams by, it mirrors what Indiana is doing this year. But just because it's a big dog Michigan, they got their love, they got their roses. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And so we stuck in it's Indiana. What they're gonna be next year? They never been this, they never been that, and that's why Indiana ain't really getting no love. You know what I'm saying? But on the vice versa, Penn State is getting too much love because it's Penn State. I feel like Penn State should be lower than what they are. I mean, I got the love for Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't think Penn State should be as high as they are.
I agree. I don't think Penn State's played anybody. Your loss was to Ohio State, and I mean, you still in what? You still in the doggone top 5?
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling Stone this earlier, and this is just my opinion on the college football playoff. It is nothing but a manipulation. Regardless what they want to do,
It's all about
those
money.
4 bowl games that our top 4 are on, they're made to make sure that they make money. Period. So you're not going to see a scrub in that top 4. I don't care who's up there now. When we get to the final rankings, the 4 teams, they know they're going to bring a crowd because
Right.
that's how college football is going to make their money. You know, and I just think that the college football playoffs, like you say, the game is still meant to be played. You never know, but you got to make some money somehow. So those 4 top teams are always going to be locked in. And to me, right now, I can see Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, ooh, and whoever win the SEC gonna be up there.
Facts. Regardless of who it is, they're gonna get an SEC team in there.
Yes,
And just like, I mean, which Bama's playing tough right now, but
facts. And Alabama
With a-
would
with a-
crush Indiana.
with a 2-loss,
Oh my goodness! When I say
man, they're gonna find Alabama to get in. Like with a 2-loss Georgia, they're gonna find a way to get y'all in because
what that's supposed to mean,
of
I
y'all gonna bring in that
thought
money.
they had to find a way to put Ohio State in there.
Well, we only got 1 loss too, and our 1 loss is the number 1 team.
But who have you beat?
Huh?
Who have you beat? So this is me. Who has a doggone tougher strength of schedule? Ohio State or Georgia?
I can't answer that because I don't know who everybody y'all played. So
SEC.
I'll be biased, huh?
SEC.
But the Big Ten's coming up though. Don't do it. Don't hold us like that though. Don't hold me like that.
Ohio State has played Penn State, right? Oregon ain't played nobody.
Us?
That's it. Penn State ain't played nobody but Ohio State. Everybody's lost it to a top 25, but who are you beating?
Facts.
You know what I mean? And like I say, I don't hate on nobody. I'm not hating on no college because I think, I mean, it's just a good sport, but
At the end of the day,
we got to find a better way to do
week
it.
in and week out, it can be any other Saturday. Any given
Yes,
Saturday.
because we know it's going to change up next week.
Regardless, I mean, it goes to who's home, who's
Right.
injured.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's any given Saturday.
Ohio State plays Indiana this week. Texas still has a game against
we
Texas
ready?
A&M.
I wish I had my beans. Where your beans at? I'd have sniffed the beans.
Alabama and Georgia should be cruise control from there. I think Alabama has Auburn. Georgia got Georgia Tech. Ole Miss, I think they play Mississippi State. Oddball looking out to me is Tennessee is still a phenomenal football team.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
you lost to Georgia, but I'm going to give you credit because you lost in between the hedges. You didn't just lose to anybody. And I think to me, the strength of schedule is going to have to start having some kind of factor in this.
Start mattering.
I know Kirby was talking about it earlier. Hey, come on now. If you can't give me no credit for my strength of schedule, if we don't give credit for strength of schedule, then we might as well just keep doggone schedule and Mickey Mouse team.
I've been telling you for weeks. I don't think holding you back is your quarterback. Your defense is
They had a hell of a game against
Well,
Tennessee.
against Tennessee though. But
He
look how
coming
many
back.
times-
He found his mojo. If you saw that scramble, he saw his mojo back. It's back.
But it's been like I feel like the games y'all lost, he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And a top tier quarterback, like one of the receivers was out one game. But if he was where they're trying to put him at, he
Mhm.
would have overcame that.
I think a lot of times people get put on that Heisman race because of what they do against, to me, Mickey Mouse team, your stats.
Yeah, and where you at?
And where you're at, you know. But it doesn't mean that you're that caliber player. One player I would tell you that I think is really topped all the odds. I mean, you got to look down to Colorado. Shadur is really playing.
He's the best player
Yes.
right now.
I mean, he is ice cold. Yes.
Regardless
Even
of
Travis
where
Hunter.
at, he's going both ways, and he is consistent both ways.
Yes.
He is helping the team both ways. He is the best player right now in college football. And win or lose, Colorado win or lose, he should be Heisman.
I mean, I'm gonna give him credit. Anybody who's just playing anything
should
over
be happy.
75% of the snaps.
Now he ain't gonna do his shit in the NFL.
Okay, that's on another day, but I do believe you're correct.
He ain't gonna do it in the NFL.
We're gonna go to question 2. Will any non-playoff bowl games have a matchup that's worth watching? and I think that's what I was alluding to at the beginning of the show. Do we have anybody up under the top 12 that we really want to see? Like, to me, I would love to see a Colorado and Clemson.
That's why I got.
I would love to see an Army go against Boise State.
I would love to see Tennessee and SMU.
I think Tennessee's going to sneak in there, but that'll be a good matchup too. You know, because a lot of these teams, I'm not going to say they fell off, but they just haven't done so good at the end of the season like they did at the beginning of the season.
Mm.
You know, Clemson's falling off again because, like I said, you're not playing anybody.
Yeah.
The only way to get a plus in the ranking is for you to beat somebody or if somebody else lose. So to control your own destiny, you're going to have to schedule teams that can help you to move up. Now, I know sometimes it's just going to be on, okay, that's my schedule. They're conference games. It is what it is. But
Right.
you got 4 games that you schedule that are not conference. And all of them cannot be Mickey Mouse teams.
Fact.
That's all I'm saying. You know, I really think I just need to see somebody that's worth watching. My 2, I'm going to go Boise State. I would love to see Boise State play Army. To me, I think that'd just be a hell of a ground game. Just trying to see who can doggone put rushing stats up.
And I feel like Army and Navy ain't getting the love they should be able to give, but because it's scheduled, and because again, history is Army and Navy.
Right.
But the work they did on the field this year, they should probably be showing more love than what they has been getting.
I agree. If Texas beat Texas A&M, I would love to see SMU in against Texas A&M. You know, I would love to see some of these teams that we're saying don't belong
That'd be
to
good.
get somebody who is worth their time. Meaning, if they beat them, we know, okay, you know what? They might arrive. They might be here.
Right.
But, you know, there's a lot. Illinois had a good hell of a season at the beginning of the year, but
They've been
kind of
up and
fell
down.
off. Same
Yeah.
thing with Washington State.
But
You
they
know,
getting back in there. Do you feel like Texas is overrated?
they're one loss to Georgia. And this is me. I don't want to.
Because other than y'all, who have they played?
Their conference. I mean, they're beating Vanderbilt's. I think they got Florida this week. No, they beat Florida.
Yeah,
But
they already beat. I think
my whole thing is if you have the lower part of the schedule 1 year, because it's a conference the way the realignments are, next year it ain't gonna be that easy for Texas.
Right.
You have to play some of these big dogs.
Right.
Same thing for Penn State. You know, but I mean, every year's gonna have its own storyline, and I mean, I don't know. South Carolina is thriving now.
Man,
I don't know what kind of juice they drink.
I wish I picked them as my sleeper team because they coming up, man.
Tulane.
Tulane's doing good.
You know, there's a lot to say.
9-2.
And there's teams on the outside of the top 25 too that I think that people are gonna have to start just kind of paying attention to.
Right.
One of the questions, I'm just gonna throw this one at you. I didn't even put this on the question there.
Okay.
Florida State playoff team last year, but this year, I don't even know how to put it, but they suck. You know.
Yeah.
If you get your team to the playoffs 1 year and then the next year you just go belly flop and can't win more than 3 games, does the coach still deserve to have his job?
I feel like 1 year shouldn't. 1 year can't be the answer for that. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we put a lot on the coaches, but at the same time, with this NIL going on, you can't control who you got, who leaves, who, you know what I'm saying? And so, yes and no. Now, if you do this, if they do it this year, next year, and the following year, he probably ain't going out there. You know what I'm saying? But 1 year shouldn't answer that question. So because of one you lose the season, he shouldn't be going. He shouldn't be booted out.
I think the only thing I have is that I think you can control the way people leave and not. One of the things
If
is
you got that money, yeah.
Well,
It depends on the school.
A 3-star player is just because that's just how we see him. We rank him as that. But
Facts.
I can give me a whole team of 3-star players. I know they want to stay. I know they want to play football.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of 4-star players that know the game is about their NIL right now.
Right.
And if I'm all about that money, when you run out of money to send my way,
and
I'm just gonna bounce another way to go with what I feel like I deserve.
And some of these situations, they only 3 stars because maybe they ain't got an exposure as the 4-star.
There you go. There you go.
If certain people were setting a couple more games, that might have been a 4-star. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Or if they would have, or they might be a dog but have a losing record. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
And so I don't typically go with what star a person was or a player was.
Me neither.
Because you don't never know.
That's just a college ranking.
You don't never know what goes into all that.
I agree.
You feel me? Because, like, let's say a motherfucker come out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. He may be a 1 or 2 star just because he's at Campbellsville, Tate County.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he's a dog enough he can play with the Trinities and Ballards. You know what I'm saying?
I agree because I think that Malachi Corley is I think he was ranked a 3-star. But now that he's in the NFL, the Jets, his time just hasn't come. But when they see him play, they don't think he was a 4-star because that's his talent.
So,
but because he played at a 1A division high school, you're not going to get that.
And that goes back to the rankings. Like, a lot of these West Coast teams might be a little bit better than what you know, but who's going to stay up 10 and 11 o'clock to watch them? You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And so they may be like, I mean, they not, but Arizona may be balling one year. Actually, they balled a couple years ago, but people didn't know about it because they didn't play till 11, 12 o'clock. They 3 hours behind us. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, sir.
If y'all made it this far in the video, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.
Don't be scared. Just hit and click and comment. Comment, comment, comment.
And so you can't always typically go off rankings of stars until you do the homework. You know what I'm saying?
One of the things that I like about the realignment is it gives a lot of West Coast teams that are now in the Big 12 or the Big 10 that they're going to be able to get on national TV that they don't have to play late.
Facts.
You know, so if you take a USC and they play Michigan, it ain't got to be a 10 o'clock game. Right. You know what I mean? Or a Colorado to play a Baylor or whoever, but now they get to come on at noon. You know, so I know at the beginning of the year, Dion was kept coming on at 10 o'clock. I know he just kept a lot of people late to church on Sunday. But now that a lot of these conferences are being realigned, I think everybody's going to get their time to be seen. And if you get on your stage and you perform at a high level, I think that just gives you more opportunity where Fox, CBS, ESPN is going to say, you know what? We need to get them a primetime spot. I think that's going to come, you know.
Yeah, it's going to come. It all comes with timing.
I think so, too.
But I hope he's patient enough because I feel like Dion just not starting to roll. Mm-hmm. Like, he's got his name, so everybody's paying attention because of his name. Mm-hmm. But I think he's just now starting. I hope he don't leave. I hope he's at Colorado for another 4 or 5 years. And then see where, if he put his money where his mouth is. I hate saying that about Dion, but you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna keep getting your recruits after your son them is gone? You know
I think that he can, because one of the things I think people are sleeping on, Colorado has a very good fan base.
Yeah.
Let's not knock that. They just think they ain't had no team to do it, you know, but I think they got their own thing going up.
Getting man back in the 80s and 90s, Colorado.
Right. I remember Cordell Stewart and all them was there, right?
I ain't didn't watch him at the time because of my age, but when you go back and look at them highlights, Colorado was somebody to beat.
I agree.
Like, you gonna have to go in there. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And so, I mean, I just hope he stays. I hope it just wasn't a stepping stone for him. I hope he stays to actually build. You know what I'm saying? And he's building because Colorado, if he wasn't there, Colorado wouldn't be where they at right now.
I would like to see him stay, but I think wherever he goes, people are going to follow. And the thing to me is I don't think you can knock no man or woman for that when they're given a higher opportunity to just turn their back on it.
Right.
I just really see right now, I feel like there's at least 5 to 7 NFL coaches that are going to get whacked on fire a doggone coach on doggone Monday. You know, so on what they call it, Black Monday or whatever they call it.
Jets coach.
Yeah,
Or-
that's one already gone, and I think Jacksonville coach is gonna be gone. But I think there's gonna be 5 to 7 spots to where they really gonna have to consider. He's there. He's right now. He's the phenomenon.
Right.
He might not have NFL coaching experience, but because of his pedigree and because of who he is, he's going to demand the respect. I think he can coach grown men just as well as he coach college
He
football.
he gonna have a hill to follow because like it's been proven. Just because you can play don't mean you can coach. You know what I'm saying? And so
He's done a hell of a coaching job.
But if there was a person that was a great player
that could do it,
that could transition to a good coach, it would be Primetime.
I agree. Another player, I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. I think Peyton will be a hell of an offensive coordinator.
Hey man,
I think he's just enjoying that camera right now. But I would love to see this guy
his mind,
take what he knows and put it in the game.
His mind, I mean, he's the way he sees the field, the way he sees the game is
it's like no other.
We probably if when he goes, we probably won't see another person in our lifetime. With that, what word I'm looking for? With that,
he has that charisma. I don't even know if that's the word to name it, but he is for somebody to come to the line and be able to change his play every single time to what you are doing.
So he damn near knew what the defense was going to do before half the defense knew.
He's a study.
You don't have people like that too often.
I agree.
But I feel like Peyton Manning could be a coach.
That'd be good. One of the things we want y'all to do, and not just on the discussion with G, y'all comment. If you view it, give us something. Give me a like, give me an unlike,
share,
something.
Comment.
I need to know what's going on,
Because, everybody got an opinion about it. It's sports.
Right.
Everybody got an opinion. Our opinion ain't right. You know what I'm saying? We over here up in Ohio State and Georgia. We gotta
go dogs.
We got to go. We got to play. We can't slip Saturday with Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
No, you cannot.
We can't slip with them. As bad as we see Indiana because of history, we can't go in looking or thinking like it's Indiana from 2 years ago. We can't do it.
But if Ohio State was to lose to Indiana, they're not falling out of the college football playoff. You're number 2 right now.
Fall out,
if you beat number 5, and the biggest negative that we've seen drop is BYU. That's 7 spots.
Fact.
If you take that 7 on Ohio State, okay, you're number 2. You'll be number 9.
Right.
You still in the college football playoff. I think the only way they gonna get out of the playoffs right now is if they lose to Indiana and they lose to Michigan.
Right.
You know.
Now, do you think, and it might be too early because this is the first year of the 12, do you think they should have went home and did a 14 or 16?
I'm okay.
Or a 2-parter. Or is this a trial run to see how 12 do, and will a 14 and 16 eventually come?
I'm okay with a 14. I'm okay with a 16 as long as we got the alignment right. My only thing is don't take everything away from the people who don't get into it, because everybody's fighting to get to the playoffs.
Right.
And there's going to be some teams that's going to come up short. There's going to be on the outside looking in. But I still think they need to be awarded with good bowl games. So if you add 2 more games or 4 more teams, I just really think you just have to make sure everything else is set up too. Because this is me. When we look at college football, this is 4 games that we'll have on one Saturday. But something got to come on Christmas.
Are they gonna play like that?
I think so. I think they all come on one day. Yeah, because you got the next week is a whole nother set. And ain't nobody messing with Sunday because it's the NFL.
Right.
I think 2 might come on Friday, 2 might come on Saturday because we're through with high school football. I'm not sure that's how it's done, but that's probably how I would do it. But my only thing is what about our Christmas Day games? We used to have a bowl game every day. I just don't think you take that away. I know college football is all about tradition. I don't think you take all that away just to put college football playoff in place. And that's just my opinion.
It's a new era, though.
Yeah, true.
because you kind of got add a tradition when you started moving teams to different conferences.
Right.
Because like when we had a conversation, I feel like Notre Dame should be Big Ten.
There got to be something.
Because if you go to tradition, most of their rivalries and good old school rivalries it's Big Ten teams.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But they went ACC because basketball been ACC for years now. You know what I'm saying?
But they're only in ACC in the basketball, and that's my only thing.
But the ACC now in football too?
I don't think so. No, I think that's the independent in football.
I should look that up. If I knew,
and if we wrong, let us know because
comment. It's another thing to comment.
When I was looking at the show the other night,
ACC are they still independent?
I think they're independent because they say they can't go higher than 5 because they're non-conference.
Okay.
And this is
so
me.
That may be still independent.
You gotta get in the conference. If you're not part of the independent stuff, it's not working nowadays. You just got to do that. I know it gives you the ability to play whoever you want, and those were the times to be able to make your schedule.
It's a money thing. They're getting their own money. Like Notre Dame is getting. If people don't know, they stay independent because they're getting enough money to stay independent. Like they don't need these big time networks or these big time conferences.
Yeah, because them and NBC
That's
was
why they
best friends.
Now I think they only went ACC in basketball because the basketball was down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they got the ACC money coming in before it's basketball. But if they was making money in basketball being independent, I don't think they would win ACC.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all about money. It's with everything: government, religion, football, basketball, sports. It's all about the money.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But they should be Big Ten.
I think everybody will be in the conference in the next 2 years. I like the way college football is going right now. They are almost just as exciting as the NFL. NFL just has more talent. But hey, that's the thing about getting on the train, just enjoying the ride.
Right.
It's going to be a hell of a one. We got 2 more weeks and we'll know who's in and who's out.
Right.
Like I said, we got some.
I think it's Selection Sunday. It's the 12th or the 21st. If anybody knows.
No, it's the 12th, I think.
It is the 12th?
It's 12th, yeah.
So the 12th, it'd be Selection Sunday. At a solicited deal.
Right.
I'm a little tipsy. Did you answer my question? Should it be a 14 or 16 team?
You didn't answer all of them.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you asked yours.
You got one more.
I left that one alone because we didn't even have the one that's not in the top 25.
I did.
Oh, you did?
3 of them.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, man, look at my man is here prepared.
I did 3 of them.
Hey, we're going to go to the final question. Wait, I got to give him a question first. All right. Name 3 teams that are not in the top 25 or with an outside vote that you would like to see in a key matchup in this bowl season.
And I didn't get that second part, outside vote. I think Minnesota actually got an outside vote because they right there, they teeter-totter, and they 6-4.
Okay.
And so they might actually have an outside vote, but I do got Minnesota because if you go back and look at some of their games, they hung into the tough ones. The ones they did lose, they did. I don't think they got killed out. And
they just missing a couple of key marquee players. Yeah,
and they right there. But they 6-4. They still should get an 8 bowl game. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah,
I got Memphis. Memphis is set at 9-2. I don't know who they did play. They did play.
I think Memphis is in Conference USA.
I think so.
Yeah.
So that might be what's hurting them. But Memphis is 9-2. I'm anxious to see what they're gonna do with like teams like Memphis and who you say earlier, Tulane.
Yeah.
Tulane is 9-2 or 9-1. So I'm interested to see with this new playoffs scale and new bowls settings. I'm interested to see what they would do with teams like that. Because 9-2, regardless of who you're playing, it's hard to get 9-2.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what conference you in, you 9-2, that should be highlighted. You know what I'm saying? My next one is USC. USC they need to win their last 2 games.
They're 6-4.
6.
Ooh.
Yeah, they 4-6. They got to at least win 2 more games. But I put USC because of tradition. I love seeing old school teams back. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I asked you, was Texas too high? They might be. But the fact that Texas is back does a lot for college football.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Far as old schools that's been watching it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And so USC win your 2 games, get in the bowl game, and you not only up a Big Ten, but you up in yourself for your recruitments down the road. But that's my three teams. Who you got?
I had Minnesota. I like Memphis, and I'm gonna kind of retract a little something that I said earlier. It is why we play the game. Even though the manipulation of college football is to make sure that you get some of these bigger programs, and when I say bigger programs, I mean programs that fan base is just freaking enormous to come to some of these bowl games. I still think there are teams that don't have that fan base, but they got good football teams.
Right.
You know, those are some of the ones I want to see because it can't be done overnight, but everybody who is good has a chance to be great.
Right.
Memphis could be. That's one of them sleazy teams out there that you got to watch out for, like Fats. To me too, I thought Navy had a hell of a beginning of the year, and I'm not gonna say the hype just kind of ran out, but I think they could be a team that you got to play one game and it's all on the line. I would love to see them in a matchup.
Did the hypeness run out, or did they just start playing better teams? I ain't looked it out though.
I think they started playing better teams.
But this is the final example of why I gave this segment to G. I'm not gonna do my homework like I should when it comes to these sports. I got a bad habit of just watching my Packers and my Ohio State, and maybe tap into the Big Ten.
Question mark.
But I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do my digging like coach is gonna do. He got a coach mentality, so he's gonna get the stats. He's gonna look at who they play and didn't play. And anytime I can put one of my homies on or somebody close to me on that I know is gonna do it right, that's where this segment comes from. But to follow that, I think that this playoff, it's a good thing far as for teams like Memphis. You're gonna start seeing these teams that's in the past will be shitted on,
right,
to get their opportunity as long as
their record is good and they're relevant.
As long as their record is good and they at least step out and try to play these good teams. To mind you, like if the Memphis play or Ohio State or Georgia, they might get dogged. But just for the simple fact that they tried, I think it's gonna start. I think it's gonna start meaning something. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And
plus, for small schools like that, the money they might get $3 million just to go to Athens. That's $3 million that go into
they're gonna get
education.
More than that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I started at that, but I mean, it's education, it's more scholarships, and like that's where these schools get these monies from. Like these matchups that we want to see, or these matchups that we don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody gonna tune in to like unless you're a fan. I'm not gonna tune into Ohio State, Memphis. You know what I'm saying? But the money that Memphis make is gonna send the kid to college. You know, it's gonna give them
a couple of them to college.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so even though we want these big games to keep happening because of playoffs and what we want to see, the smaller games are what counts for people like me and you that maybe can't go to college, that can't pay for college. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have a son coming up that you can't pay for college. That scholarship that he'll get is because that college played at Ohio State or Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So we can't just completely cut those cupcake teams out.
Right.
Because of we Ohio State or
we'll say smaller teams. I mean, you know.
What cupcakes will we
because I don't think Memphis is a cupcake wall. Right.
Team,
yeah.
But you get what I'm getting at. So
right.
But what I'm getting at, like those games ain't gonna fully go away because it ain't so far as Ohio State play them just because they're an easy team. They sometimes they okay it because they know that school need that money.
Right.
Win or lose, that school need money. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And so,
like Herm said, that's why we play the game.
Facts.
Yeah. That's just old school. I don't care what nobody say on any given Saturday for college, on any given Friday on a high school,
right?
And on any given Sunday, you can win or lose. That's why we play the game. You know, matchups are key in sports. You might not match up with one team, but another team, you just might match up well. So That's why we play the game.
Team Mike Shockey.
So closing remarks from G. One of the things I want to do is I want to throw something out to all my younger people. Man, I'm talking about little league and high school. You got to have a respect for the game that you play. I don't care if it's football, basketball, or baseball. But one of the things I want to emphasize is sometimes mistakes are going to be made, but that does not define you. What defines you is how you crawl, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep on going. So to anybody who might have made a mistake or anything, I want you to know it ain't over. You just got to keep on fighting to get back exactly where you belong. And on that note, I'm G.
I'm Stone.
And hey, this was Discussion with G. We'll see y'all next week, all right? Y'all have a good week, all right? Enjoy the weekend.